Philip Markov, Craigslist Killer. Psychology 600, Introduction to Graduate Study in Psychology, Amy Priest. Philip Markov was born February the 12th, 1986. He had normal parents, Susan Haynes and Richard Markov, and he was doing well for himself. He was a second-year med student. He was a good son, and he was a good fiancé to Megan McAllister. But he had a secret. He was addicted to gambling and needed money to finance his habit, just like any addict would. To do this, he came up with robbing women who were advertising exotic services on Craigslist. Now, he did this for a reason, because he thought that nobody really would care about them, because they were, in essence, in the sex trade. So he thought nobody would really care. So he started off by robbing 2 women. Then his appetite for money turned to murder when he killed Julissa Brisman. She was a masseuse advertising her services on Craigslist. He was very calm and cool about it, and he walked out onto the street checking his phone just like any normal person that you see on the street. His family and his fiancée wouldn't believe what they saw on the media, that he'd committed heinous crimes. And they thought, really, they did. They thought the media was spreading lies about their clean-cut, never been in trouble med student son. But they didn't realize, they didn't even know who he was. He was a devious sexual sadist. Now, when he was in the cell alone, he decided that he just couldn't face going to court. And being the sociopath he was. And he actually committed suicide in his cell. He wrote his fiancée's name in blood on the wall. And of course, he committed suicide right because he was a med student and he knew how to do this. And yeah, so he did it right. Nobody could revive him. Anyway, in my opinion, he was also had narcissistic traits, because he was charming, devious. He got people to believe that butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, and of course this was all wrong. He was an evil murderer who had a gambling habit, and he would go to murderous lengths to make sure that he had money for his gambling habit, which of course any addict does. This is the picture of him, the Craigslist killer. He looked just like any other college student. But you know, murderers don't have a tattoo on their forehead saying, "Hey, stay away from me. I'm a murderer." The end.